The forum in S City dragged on for 2 full days, and by the end, everyone finally gathered beneath this huge canopy of bright bougainvillea for the group photo. People were saying goodbye in different dialects from all over the country, voices mixing like a warm chorus. And just like that, the event wrapped up. But for Fan Xiao, the night was far from over. He called out, "You Shulang!" And You Shulang turned around. Under that explosion of red flowers and the glowing sunset, the man looked almost unreal. It was impossible to tell whether the flowers were borrowing the color of the sky, or the sky was stealing its hue from the flowers. Everything was so bright it almost hurt to look at. Even the simple, that You Shulang answered with looked touched by that soft golden light. Fan Xiao raised his phone and snapped a picture. And for a second, he didn't know which one looked more beautiful. The photo in his hand or the real man walking toward him. When You Shulang reached him, he asked, "What mischief are you up to?" Fan Xiao brushed a fallen petal off his shoulder, pretending not to notice how You Shulang stiffened for a moment. "Since we came to the forum, we should at least take a few photos. Makes it easier to report back." He tugged You Shulang around a quiet corner, away from the crowd. The bougainvillea flared bright behind them, and Fan Xiao lifted his phone again, ready to take a picture. But right then, You Shulang said, "I don't really like taking photos." And that hit a sore spot. Because Fan Xiao immediately remembered that photo. The one of You Shulang and Lu Zuan. The one that felt like a knife even from far away. So Fan Xiao's smile went cold. "Don't like it? Then we won't take any." He shoved his phone away and casually put a cigarette in his mouth, completely ignoring the giant no smoking sign nearby. He struck a match, took a deep drag, and with his cheek hollowed slightly, he blew out a thin stream of smoke. Then he asked, "What does director you like? Men?" He gave a soft laugh and raised his voice just a bit. "Then how about I take director you to find a man tonight?" For a moment, You Shulang just froze. Then he slowly lifted his head and met Fan Xiao's gaze. Even with the flowers brushing against him, there was nothing soft in his eyes. "Sure, I'm looking forward to it." And with that, episode 5 delivers one of its biggest shifts in energy because the two of them end up at Lanyu, a popular gay bar in S City. And the place is exactly what you'd expect at 10 at night, neon lights shining like temptation itself. They didn't get a private room. They just slipped into a booth. Fan Xiao wore a black casual outfit, expensive enough that the logo alone could hurt someone's bank account. And next to him, You Shulang sat in his loose white shirt with the sleeves rolled up and 2 buttons undone at the collar. Under the shifting lights, the man looked like Sin wrapped in elegant cigarette in one hand, wine glass in the other. Even in the corner, people kept staring. They were both too good-looking to hide. Fan Xiao lounged lazily, half slouched on the sofa, looking like he didn't care about anything. But his eyes kept drifting to the man beside him. Meanwhile, You Shulang would occasionally glance back at him, and each time the lights hit his eyes, something dangerously alluring flickered there. Then suddenly, You Shulang leaned a bit closer and asked, "Weren't you supposed to find me a man? Where is he?" That question hit like a spark. Fan Xiao's smile cracked for just a second, but he recovered quickly. He clicked his tongue and lifted his chin. "There, he's coming over right now." And sure enough, a young guy with a drink walked up to them. His friends behind him cheered him on. He looked at the two and asked, "Are you two a couple?" Fan Xiao raised an eyebrow but didn't reply. You Shulang exhaled smoke and said calmly, "No." Which was all the invitation the young man needed. He asked if he could sit with them, and Fan Xiao took in the kid's posture, face, everything. And the worst part? He looked just similar enough to Lu Zun to piss Fan Xiao off even more. So Fan Xiao switched immediately into his polite, fake businessman persona. "What do you think, director you?" And instead of answering him, You Shulang just looked at the sofa. The young man understood instantly and slid into the seat next to him, way too close. Inside, Fan Xiao was grinding his teeth. But outside, he maintained this perfectly calm facade. They started playing a dice game, and with every round, the tension grew. Both men could drink, so they held up well, but the young guy started acting tipsy. Except the acting was terrible. Fan Xiao could see right through it. Eventually, the young man hooked a finger at the edge of You Shulang's shirt and said, "I can't drink anymore. Perhaps Mr. Yu could help me out?" Fan Xiao leaned back, cigarette between his teeth, shaking a matchbox between his fingers in irritation. He watched intently, waiting for You Shulang to push the guy away. But there was no disgust, no annoyance. Just a soft, helpless little smile. Then he lifted his glass and drank on the young man's behalf. Fan Xiao went still. The rattling of the matchbox stopped, and he muttered, "Fuck." He sat up with a bright, sharp smile and said, "Director Yu is truly chivalrous toward the pretty ones. So, from now on, all the drinks for our little buddy here, will you be the one downing them for him?" Their eyes collided. Cold against cold. You Shulang said, "Fine by me. He's young after all. Should look out for him a little." Fan Xiao shot right back. Young indeed, he looks even younger than the boy in that photo with Director Yu. And that landed. You Shulang refilled his glass before replying, "Let's begin. I can't wait to start drinking on someone's behalf." The dice game continued, and You Shulang ended up drinking a lot. Eventually, the young man took one of the glasses and said he would drink it himself. He leaned close and whispered to You Shulang, "I know a themed hotel that's pretty good. You can play esports or watch movies on a giant screen. Is Mr. Yu interested?" And this is where things take the biggest turn of the entire night. Because after a long pause, You Shulang asked, "Can I fuck you?" The young man shivered, blushing, and said, "I guarantee you'll be satisfied." And just like that, You Shulang grabbed him by the wrist and stood up. He gave Fan Xiao a light look and said, "President Fan, I'll be taking my leave now. I won't be returning to the lodging tonight. You should go somewhere else too. The bar next door is quite good. I've heard it's teeming with beautiful women." Fan Xiao lifted his eyes and smiled through the drifting cigarette smoke, dark, cold, almost unsettling. "There's no need for Director Yu to worry. Hope you enjoy yourself." He even shifted his shoe aside, opening the path. And You Shulang walked past him effortlessly, leaving behind nothing but that polite nod. When they were gone, Fan Xiao poured himself a full glass. Someone nearby approached him flirtatiously and asked, "Bro, can you buy me a drink?" And without even looking at him, Fan Xiao snapped, "Scram!" That's where episode 5 leaves us, with jealousy boiling, tension snapping, and both men spiraling deeper into something neither of them can fully control. If you want episode 6 spoilers and breakdowns, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next.